Hi, everyone. It's so exciting to see you. Holy cow, 226. It's been a crazy 24 hours. We have a really big update for you on the transparency campaign. We got a letter from Speaker Mariano in direct response to all of the statewide tremendous people power organizing that we've been doing. I think the song says it the best. It's a great day to fight the system. This will be quick, only 30 minutes. We just wanted to provide an overview on where the campaign stands after a letter from Speaker Mariano last night announcing that the rules vote's been pushed to July and that the House Rules Committee will undergo a full and thorough review of the House rules and propose changes at the time of the rules debate in July. But let me turn it over really quickly to Sarah. We'll provide an update on just everything that's happened over the last 24 hours. We'll provide a recap of all that we've accomplished over the last couple of months together, and then we'll talk about next steps. And we'll wrap up around 7 and leave a few minutes for questions. So with that, let me turn it over to Sarah.
Hi, good evening, everybody. It is incredible that so many people were able to show up on such short notice, and I am so grateful for every one of you who's here fighting for transparency in the Commonwealth. It has been a crazy 24 hours. We just got the climate bill through the House and Senate again, and that's going back to the governor's desk. So thanks to everyone who worked on that. And we found out about 23 hours ago, well, we've all been organizing for the rules vote that we thought was going to take place within the next few weeks, as it does at the beginning of every legislative session every 2 years. But we found out about 23 hours ago that Speaker Ron Mariano, the new Speaker of the House, emailed the House of Representatives to say that the rules vote is going to be postponed to July. This is completely unprecedented. And while it might be disappointing that we won't see the results of what we've been fighting for within the next month, the big takeaway is that this gives us 6 more months to grow our power and to organize even more for transparency. More than that, this statement shows that our movement is working. We have made a big noise and they are paying attention to us. We are changing the conversation, and what used to be the State House culture status quo is not going to be accepted anymore.
Awesome, thanks, Sarah. Let me do a really quick overview of exactly what was in the letter that Speaker Mariano sent to the entire House and to the legislative staff. So let me share my screen and we will quickly walk through what exactly that letter said. For anyone who's new to the campaign, 2-second overview. We've been organizing together across districts, across State House districts, and to advocate for 3 amendments to make committee votes public, to allow 72 hours to review a bill, particularly for the public, prior to a final vote, and to reduce the roll call threshold from 16 to 8, all about bringing more people into the conversation, building more people power so our representatives stand with a strong mandate, and any gap between the will of the people and what our representatives actually do is closed. So the letter last night, as Sarah said, hit on 2 really big themes. So the letter said that the House Rules Committee has been charged, and now I'm quoting, charged the House Rules Committee with undertaking a thorough review of existing rules and proposed changes as we continue to examine how best to empower members and empower the public. Strange that empowering members came before empowering the public, but I suppose that's kind of like right on brand for the State House. But anyway, so a thorough investigation. Now we're not fooled. I mean, we know this is a study order. We know how study orders have been used in the past, but for the first time, something that is oftentimes arcane and procedural and passes every 2 years to be undergoing a thorough and systematic review of the entire rules is really unprecedented. And the second part of that, the end of the study, will be to foster a safer, and this is, I'm quoting now in the second box, a safer, more transparent and more efficient government. So that was part 1. The House is going to reconsider the entire rules, the entire order rules regime. The second point that was in the letter is that there has been an acknowledgement there's a new form of advocacy that representatives and the State House does not know how to respond to. And I think that's the exact form of advocacy that we're doing. So you can see, and now I'm quoting, a significant increase and shift in how unregistered, vaguely affiliated advocates and coalitions engage with House members and staff. I don't understand what vaguely affiliated means or advocates. I think it's just grassroots, climate groups, educators, youth. I think that's what we are. That's what I know. Those are the groups that have endorsed us and are organizing with us. But the State House doesn't know how to respond. They're not accustomed to being held accountable in this way and responding to really direct asks. So that was the letter from Speaker Mariano. So no vote in the next few weeks, but we're feeling really good. We got 6 more months to make our to embolden our asks. So let me turn it over to Erin, who will provide a quick little analysis on the letter.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah, so my piece is short. I really just want to underscore what Sarah and Ryan said, which is that we are winning. We are winning this argument. And that is what this means, right? There's an argument going on between us, everyone here in this room, and the 2,500 constituents who have signed up to be a part of this campaign, and the status quo, right? And the powers that be that are upholding that status quo. And they are losing the argument, right? And that is why Speaker Mariano did not want this vote to take place in the next couple of weeks, because he was afraid that one or all of our amendments would pass, and he does not want that. He's seeing all of the press we're getting. He's seeing all the LTEs you are all writing. He's seeing your petitions. He's getting calls and emails. He's getting your reps emailing, calling him, saying, my constituents are really fired up about the rules this year, and I'm gonna vote for these, right? That is why he kicked it to July. And this really just shows the power of everyone here. I mean, this is incredible, completely unprecedented, and that he knows that, and he's trying to crush our momentum. That's what he's doing. And we're not going to let that happen. And we owe it all to you. That's all I have to say. And who am I passing it on to?
I believe I'm up. If I could have my slides, please.
Oh.
All right. Hi, my name is Brenna. So as Erin just said, they're losing the argument, and here are the numbers to prove it. Here you can see where we're at with vote commitments for our amendments, and this is looking pretty freaking good. It's clear, it's crystal clear that if the vote was going to happen next month, as we had once expected, we would have the votes. So between the 20 public commitments that you all earned from your legislators, working hard to pressure them, counter their legislating, have meetings and trainings with them, we've earned 20 public commitments. 15 more private or expected votes, again, all thanks to you, and the support we expect from 30 Republicans. That adds up to 65 votes of the necessary 81 that we need to pass the amendments. So that leaves 16 more votes that we need to reach that threshold. And given that we're escalating in 40 districts at the moment, that is a entirely, completely doable goal. So, I mean, just imagine what we can do with 6 more months. And I will pass it off to Kala.
Yeah, so we also just want to celebrate the number of commitments that we have already won on our district teams. At our campaign update last week, which feels like a lifetime ago, we already had a lot of names up here, and now we have filled the entire bottom row with new commitments in just the past few days. And we also have more reps who've committed privately. So we're super excited to continue working with these reps to strengthen our demands, to fight for a state house that truly serves the people. And again, just want to restate that these victories are because of you. If you see your rep up here, you should be really proud. And yeah, please join us in celebrating that. And we're really excited to continue winning more commitments.
Great. So we've been able to get all of these commitments because of the incredible work that everyone on this call has done over the past 3 months. We have 25 volunteer organizers and 2,500 constituent advocates that have had 71 meetings with representatives with an average of 18 signups.
Yeah, I want to take a second to highlight and celebrate all the volunteers on this campaign who wrote letters to the editor and op-eds. We have had so many pieces from really every corner of the state expressing the mandate for transparency. So if you wrote an op-ed or a letter to the editor as a part of this campaign, can you drop a plus in the chat? All right, yeah, I'm seeing them flood in. That's awesome. That's really exciting. This has been a huge and really successful part of our strategy and has catapulted us into the attention of the whole state. We were recently featured in a Boston Globe editorial. The editorial board published a piece about us. We have the Boston Globe today, and tons of letters to the editor and op-eds all across the state. And that is due to all the hard work of volunteers. So definitely just want to give a shout out to our amazing volunteers.
And it's thanks to activists like you that we won the endorsement of dozens of organizations statewide, including climate groups, teachers unions, progressive advocacy organizations, city councils, and Democratic town committees. It's clear that activists across the state know that we can't win the progressive change we need, especially during the crises we're facing right now, without a functioning democracy, and transparency is the first step to winning that.
Thanks, Tisha. Not only is this rules delay already a victory, as Erin already said earlier, but it gives us the amazing gift of more time to organize and make our voices louder and stronger than they already are. Not only that, but we will have the capacity to organize in districts we haven't even had to this time thus far. So number one, as of right now, for our already active district teams, we will continue to be holding meetings with state reps, writing letters to the editor, delivering petitions to their reps, one of which has hundreds of names already, and do direct actions this weekend. Sunrise is doing one as well. Number two, in our non-district teams, such as ones with Republican representatives or ones we just haven't had the capacity to prioritize, we will be building communities and expanding our relationships. And in all these districts, we will be reaching out to give presentations in different nodes, deepening our message and growing our team with various groups and communities. Number three, in addition to keeping the momentum and expanding our efforts, we will be strengthening our demands for the new upcoming rules vote. This is a constituent-led effort, so we, of course, want all of you to be involved. We will be going to our allies as well to fight for even more substantive change for the people. We will be posting feedback form in the chat so you can all be part of our brainstorming process. We really, really like to have you and your input on this. We've had a handful of hours in how we may be able to double our efforts, so we will remain in touch in regards to the specifics around this. What is certain, though, is that we will use this extra time to transform Massachusetts into an even more representative democracy than we already have been planning. And so I will leave you on this note. What happened today is solely from the work of everyone here, and you should all congratulate yourselves and be nothing but proud of the statewide effect that you've made. We will follow up on the next moves and keep you in touch with any updates that come out before our final push in July. Thanks.